You have your playback on?
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Baxter.
Hi, Dario.
We hear you.
Oh,
We
good.
see you.
It's
How you doing today?
I'm tired. I hope this meeting doesn't last long. It's hot here. It's been over 90. I was kind of hoping somebody wouldn't show up.
There you go. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick audio check because we're going live on YouTube.
Okay.
Stand by. This is an audio check, checking audio to the live stream, checking audio to the live stream, Long Beach Community College District, Board of Trustees meeting.
This is we're going to call this meeting to order at 4:37. And we will now have roll call. Board Secretary?
Sorry, just a moment.
That's okay. I know we just kind of threw you into this last minute, so we appreciate you covering.
Of course. Okay, we don't have a student trustee. That position is vacant. Going forward, I won't be calling it that name. First up, Virginia Baxter,
Here.
Herlinda Chico,
Present.
Vivian Malaulu. Here. Uduak Joe Entuck,
Here.
Sunny Zia.
Here.
Thank you. Item 1.3, public comments on closed session items. Board Secretary, are there any requests?
No, no requests.
Great. 1.4, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure to litigation, threatened or anticipated litigation. 1.5, existing litigation pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9. Item 1.6, classification compensation study, negotiation. Item 1.7 is when we'll recess to close. So we're now going to convene a closed session. So we will, recess. Sorry, couldn't think of that word. So we'll recess now at 4:40. Thank you.
You belong. we were gonna get in at 6 and
Uduak, we can hear you. We are now going to reconvene our meeting from closed session to open session. The meeting's called to order at 5:30. I'm Herlinda Chico, President of the Board of Trustees, for our regular board meeting Wednesday, July 12th, 2023. Oh, my pronouns are she, her, hers. We will now go to our flag salute, I believe, Pledge of Allegiance. And Trustee Zia, would you like to lead that? Thank you. Item 2.3 is our land acknowledgement. Long Beach City College acknowledges our presence on the traditional ancestral land of the Gabrielino Tongva peoples. This land remains unceded territory. We acknowledge the painful history of genocide and forced removal from this territory. Long Beach City College honors and respects the Gabrielino Tongva ancestors and their connection to this land. Item 2.4 is a roll call. Board Secretary, please call the roll.
Sorry, one moment.
It's okay.
Virginia Baxter,
Here.
Herlinda Chico,
Present.
Vivian Malauulu,
Here.
Uduak Joe Intuck,
here.
Sunny Zia.
Here.
Thank you. Item 2.5 is a report on closed session items, and we have no report. Item 2.6, public comments on agenda items. Board Secretary, any requests?
No requests.
Thank you. Item 2.7 is the approval of the minutes of June 21st, 2023, regular Board of Trustees meeting, and I believe that we need to make an amendment. Oh, got it. Okay, so I need an action for the approval of the minutes. The recommended action is that the Board of Trustees approve the minutes of the June 21st, 2023 regular board meeting of trustees as submitted. Is there a motion?
Move approval.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Point of clarification, June 21st or June 23rd?
That would be June 21st, 2023. And then can we get a voice vote, please?
All in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed or abstain?
Point of order, I think we need to do a roll call vote.
Yeah, we have to do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Virginia Baxter,
Aye.
Herlinda Chico,
Aye.
Vivian Malauulu,
Aye.
Uduak Joe Intuck,
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Thank you. Item 2.8 is the approval of the minutes of June 28th, 2023, special board meeting of trustees meeting. We will amend the motion to approve the minutes with a correction to indicate that only board members present during the discussion of agenda item 2.1 gave support and direction, and the revised minutes will be updated in the board docs. Once that amendment has been made, the recommended action is that the Board of Trustees approve the minutes of the June 28th, 2023 Special Board of Trustees meeting as submitted with correction to indicate only board members present during discussion under agenda item 2.1 gave support and direction. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second?
Any discussion?
President Chico, I want to just say that as communicated previously, I was absent for the item 2.1 due to a funeral service I had to be at. However, if I were here, I would have supported my colleagues' confirmation for an option of a potential bond measure for November 2024.
Thank you so much, Trustee Zia. Appreciate that. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Virginia Baxter,
Aye.
Herlinda Chico,
Aye.
Vivian Malauulu,
Aye.
Uduak Joe
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Great. Item passes. Item 2.9, reordering of the agenda. I believe we have a request to move 9.2 to the beginning of our agenda. So before we go into resolutions and recognitions, we will take up item 9.2. And let me get to that page. 9.2, classification and compensation study. The recommended action is that the Board of Trustees approve the fiscal impact of the recommendation of the classification and compensation study for AFT membership. Human Resources, in concurrence with the Personnel Commission, is pleased to forward to the Governing Board of Trustees the recommendations of the classification and compensation study. The study audited 609 classified positions through specified reviews and discussions with employees, supervisors, and AFT representatives where applicable. A total of 277 job descriptions were revised and/or developed. The compensation portion of the study was outsourced to Educational Management Resources, also known as EMS. EMS compared the district's salary schedule to the salary schedules of 12 community college districts in Southern California. The salaries for benchmark classifications assisted in determining the recommendations for salary range assignments for each classification. The final job descriptions and salary range assignments will require approval by the Personnel Commission at their upcoming meetings. Is there a motion? Because this is an action item. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Great. Any discussion?
I have a question.
Yes.
I just want to say thanks for bringing this forward. This has been at least 6 years in the making from when I was on the Personnel Commission. I know at one point I had made a Personnel Commission motion to start the process, and I think we're 2 or 3 consultants into it, so it's to get to this point. But I know I think there's someone here that can speak to it. But there's a couple of, or he's out and coming back in. I had a question, a couple of the classifications, that there are senior positions that are similar pay range. Sorry, now he's just coming in. I'll start over. Just there are a couple of positions that are similar senior pay range, and just wanted to ask some clarification on how we differentiate between folks who have a senior position and their lead roles in various classifications, where some have a singular lead role or some have multiple lead roles. Can we, I don't know if you'd be able to speak to that in the class and comp study.
The senior, but by the way, good afternoon, board members. How are you all?
And welcome.
Nice to see
Sorry
you
to
again.
catch you on the spot just as you're walking in.
So why some positions are designated as senior and some are not designated senior? So it would just depend on the responsibilities that they were assigned. So if we discovered that certain positions were performed at a higher level or perhaps were a lead in certain capacities, those were designated as seniors.
Also, I know that in the Personnel Commission rules, I believe there's a third of the positions are supposed to be evaluated every year, or within 3 years, all of the classifications. Is this new study going to allow us to do that now going forward, that we can do a third, or within 3 years from now, we'll be able to see an updated revision of this going forward?
So what needs to occur is, if you're going to plan the next steps for like a subsequent study, we would need to come up with a schedule, and we would need to divide them up in families. One of the challenges that I had, or that the team had, was we really didn't have the classifications divided up into families where you could see the allocation of classes. Again, to your point, what is senior versus what is the lower ends of the class families of what we have. And so once the study was underway, when I got here, we tried to put that information together. So when we can divide them up into families, and we have a schematic of what that would look like now, but of course that comes as we were doing the study, we would put those families together and then work with HR to figure out what would be the schedule, what families would go first. And so within 3 years, you would probably launch that sequence. I'm not sure that they would all be done within 3 years, if that makes sense.
In my understanding, in the last 6 years, we haven't done any of the evaluation that's been, according to the rules, shall be done. So hopefully we'll be able to do that going forward. And I guess my last question, if I'm I understand that it looked at all the classifications, some will be, pay and benefits will be increased, some will stay the same, and some were found to be a little bit above, being paid above the market rate. Or they call it Y gap or
Y rated.
Y rated. If I'm in an employee and there's a Y rated position, and I'm looking, oh, I want to apply for that in the future, but someone's grandfathered in now because they've already are in that classification, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to apply, and that position pays $10 more an hour, but the new person come in and won't get $10 an hour because the person's grandfather. How do I know as an employee who's not in that classification or not grandfathered in that I wouldn't be eligible for that level of pay?
So within if you're talking about the EFT positions, the EFT have a recognition article where all the classifications are listed. And in the back of the contract, normally you have the salary schedule. So the salary schedule will reflect all of the classifications, the results of the classification study. So if you know you're at range 13 and you were Y rated and I'm in range 10, I want to go for range 13. Well, if you look in the back of the contract, then it would specify that that job really is now range 10, even though the person assigned to that classification is still getting the higher pay until they vacate.
Last question. What is your prioritization as far as job families to look at for this 3-year or a third review that hasn't been done for 6 years?
You're asking me really to forecast that, aren't you? I would say that given the fact there was a change in the divisions that occurred for the academic programs that you have and the way they're set up, that probably should be the first group. Because, when we started the study, it was all one division, and then there was a separation that occurred, I think, last July. And so those groups, now that there's been a change, how has that change affected those job classifications? Does that make sense? You're welcome.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? See none. Rob, Dr., I should call you Dr. Gordon Peterson. Would you like to say anything?
I just wanted to come and be of support because this has been in the making for quite some time. I know that our classified personnel have been waiting for this study to complete, and I appreciate the trustees for being vigilant about this. Without your constant nudging, we may not have been able to get this done in a timely manner. Philip has been excellent. And I also want to say that AFT has been very helpful in working with us through this project. And of course, Loy, you've been in the room. So it's been a good project. Just so you know, we understand it took a long time. Going forward, we don't anticipate that we're going to wait for a long time before we do this again. We're going to put it on a timely schedule. So thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, so, oh, yes. Can we now get a roll call vote, please?
Virginia Baxter,
Aye.
Erlinda Chico,
Aye.
Vivian Malauulu,
Aye.
Uduak Joe Intuck,
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Great, motion passes. Moving on to item 3.1, resolutions and recognitions. We have none this evening, so we will move to standing reports and hear from our new ASB president, Coco Dubord. Thank you and welcome. Really excited to hear from you.
pick a closer seat next time. Hi, everyone. I'm Coco Dobard. I already know some of you, but I'm super excited to get to know all of you as we enter the school year. As for reports, we're currently working on filling our cabinet to best reflect every facet of the student experience. Other than that, it's summer, it's hot outside, there's not much else. So yeah, right, good to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, President Dubart, and welcome. We're really excited to have you. Item 4.2, the student trustee report. We do not have a student trustee. That position is vacant, so we will move on to item 4.3, academic senate report, and we'll welcome another newbie, Dr. Jerome Hunt, to the dais.
Well, thank you. So good evening, Board President Chico, Superintendent President Munoz, distinguished board members and colleagues. I would like to begin my report by congratulating our new Senate Exec Board members, Heather Dye, Anjali Francois, and Colin Williams, and the continuing Executive Board members, Veronica Alvarez, Lorraine Bloom, Christine Charles Bohannon, and Catherine McMurray. This month, under the direction of Melanie Levy from the Reading and Teacher Preparation Program, a group of faculty will engage in professional development to gain tools, skills, and resources to promote an equitable, safe, and robust learning environment for our LGBTQIA+ students as we prepare to launch an LGBTQIA+ learning community with English 1 and Counseling 1 in the fall semester. We are excited to see our learning communities grow and focus on more disproportionately impacted student populations here at the college. Additionally, this month, we welcome 17 new faculty members. The new faculty will be in the following areas: anatomy, anthropology, automotive technology, chemistry, computer and office studies, counseling, DSPS counseling, engineering, ethnic studies, library, microbiology, psychology, registered nursing, and vocational nursing. I'm excited that we continue to increase diversity within the ranks of faculty here at the college, and I'm looking forward to the new energy and enthusiasm this new group will bring. They will also be trained and certified to teach online, thanks to the leadership of Michael Robertson this upcoming month. And as I close my report, I would like to thank our past president, Suman Mundadori, for her outstanding leadership these past 2 years. I know I have big shoes to fill, and I'm up to the challenge. I look forward to working and building strong bonds and relationships with other constituency leaders on campus, Ben Chase and Robert Remetta. And I also look forward to building upon the authentic and collegial relationship the Senate has with the cabinet. So I thank you for leading with vulnerability and openness, and the Senate definitely appreciates it. So thank you very much. And that concludes my report.
Thank you so much, Dr. Hunt. It's wonderful to have you there. We do miss Suman, but yes, it's lovely to have you there. Item 4.4, Classified Senate President Report, and welcome to Benjamin Chase.
Thank you, Viking family, for having me again here tonight. I started my first presentation was last board meeting, even though it wasn't my time yet officially. This is my time now. Go ahead, next slide for it. I just want to bring some attention tonight. I'm actually watching it on the computer right now just to see what the score is going. And the reason for that, go ahead, next slide, is we have some representation at this right now. This takes me back in one of my previous roles at the college. While being a student, I was an assistant with the men's basketball team, and Mark Neal was a member of that team. They won a state championship during his freshman year, and I think we made it to the quarter or semifinals during his sophomore year. And he went on to the University of South Alabama. Sarah was his girlfriend at the time during that. She's also an employee of Long Beach City College for it in workforce development. Many of you know her. And as you see pictured, he's wearing number 22, but actually for the match tonight, he's actually number 20. So that's why it says number 20 there. It's not actually a typo. But I just wanted to call attention to our Viking family and support them and the USA team tonight in their semifinal. Next slide. As we spoke last meeting, we have new members of our Senate Council for the executive team. There's myself, Ben Chase from Enrollment Services as the president. Ariane Lee is here tonight. She's our vice president from PCC. She works in the library. Our secretary is Sharon McMahon in World Languages. She's actually located in Texas right now, so she's watching us remotely. This is her time away from us. Our treasurer is LaTanya Harden from Fiscal Services. Communications coordinator is Jonathan Tejada for Information Technology Services, which is always going to be hard for me to get used to because it's been IITS for so long to get back to just calling ITS for it. Currently, we're recruiting again for our vice president position at LAC. As I spoke, I think we notified back in May that we were pursuing an increase of having representation for both campuses at a VP position, and so we're trying to fill that now for LAC. And our past president is CC Sadler for online learning and educational technology, and I'll thank her the next board meeting for it, because I really want to have her present, hopefully, for that time. And this picture here, just so you can see, this is an old picture, but on my left is Ariane Lee, Latanya, Jonathan. Sunny's now on the management team for Student Technology Help Desk. Myself in the back, Mickey Motley, who's a great asset to our team, is going to continue on in advising us with our communications program. CC is our past president. Down in the front is Jimmy Flowers, former VP for us. Lisa has moved on to another college. Susan still works at the college. Heather works at the college. And on the far right at the top is Sharon. And then Grace, who's our senator from the COSA, Communication Office Studies program. Next slide. And so welcoming our new senators for PCC is Chessa Harvey from the library, Mark Morano from the Child Development Center, which we're really excited about because it's the first time we've had someone on our Senate from that area. And they're one of our largest constituency groups that we have employees in. Frank Menjivar for financial aid. Ariane's listed here because she was a PCC senator until we appointed her VP at the last meeting. Next slide. And for LAC senators, we have returning Stephanie Benales for disabled programs and services. Many of you know her. She's been our interpreter and service coordinator for a long time now. Grace Galvez, who we just spoke of, is computer and office studies. Asha Ripion is on athletics for it. She is our coordinator for getting them for success, for the athletes to transfer and being successful while they're here. So it was great to have her. And she was a member of Orange Coast College in their Senate there. So we appreciate her knowledge. Gina Montefar is from School of Language Arts and Communication. Kim Heyman from Student Affairs. Eva Jimenez from Admissions and Records. And we have one position that's open where we have candidates to fill that, but we want to confirm because some folks maybe need to change their roles because of their job requirements now. Next slide. And so a couple of things that we're doing for us. The big thing for me is creating a sense of community amongst our classified professionals at the college. So next Friday, we're having a Women's World Cup watch party for the USA versus Vietnam. We're going to be at Dave & Buster's for that. Kickoff is 6 p.m., but we're going to try to arrive 4:45-ish to have a little fun before it. Big thing we're excited about doing is going to the Quincy Jones 90th birthday tribute. It's at the Hollywood Bowl. That's also on a Friday, July 28th. And I'm extremely excited about doing the night dive at the Aquarium of the Pacific. It's where they bring out bands, food trucks, and the aquarium is open, and it's adults only for it. So it's for all of us to come together, and that's on August 11th. Next slide, please. This is just a watch party to show if you're into soccer or not, the FIFA Women's World Cup is going to be starting next week. So I welcome everybody to join in and watch it. I said the first match is easy for us to watch for a change because it is in Australia, so the timing will be a challenge for some of the days. Next slide. And this is just showing Quincy, and it shows some of the people that are scheduled to perform along with him. John Mayer has been announced on the radio many times, but they didn't have him listed on the website. So I was like, I don't want to publicize that because I'm not sure he's really going to be there in full because there's 2 days of concert. Next slide. And this is just about the night dive for it and cool things we hope to do. And finally, next slide. I want to say thank you to 2 of our former colleagues that have recently passed. And this is on a personal and classified basis. Marv and John created the wellness program for Long Beach City College. And while I was a student here, we used to call it Century Club. And what we did is when the activities that you performed along with your classes, the miles you ran, that you rode on the bike, the number of jumps that you did, times around the track, sports that you played, hours and time, converted to miles for it. And at each level that you achieved, you got a different t-shirt. So at 100 miles, you get a Century Club shirt that said 100 miles on it. I'm proud to say I think I got to 400 miles for one of my shirts. I never got to the 500-mile one because that was a little much. But I really just want to thank them that they've always stayed strong in support of all of the classified by creating a Walking Wednesday concept and bringing us all into that and always staying positive and having the doctors come to campus and having the folks come to do our vaccination shots for it and having the blood pressure monitoring thing. So they organized an activity so we could all actually get a free monitoring cuff for it. And I appreciate both of them. John's a former Trojan, so I used to talk to him about USC and his time there as well. And Marv just always had a positive, upbeat personality and welcoming and inviting, and just seeing him always on campus running in the morning when I came to work. And so always started my day well. So I just want to say a special thank you and shout out to both of them for what they did for us as classified and me personally. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Benjamin. We got a lot of insight about you too, and what you what your interests are. So
Yes.
that's great. Item 4.5, LBCCFA Bargaining President Report. Suzanne Engelhardt.
Good evening. Good evening, Superintendent. Good evening, Trustee. Boy, am I just not getting it. Good evening, everybody. Hope you all are doing great. Tonight, my report is very short. I just want to honor those that are on tonight's agenda as resigning and retiring. I want to thank Marlon Jones for 17 years as the chemistry professor here. You will see a short biographical summary that's in the board docs. Also, John Lehman for his 25 years here at the history professor. And also Chef Pierre. He is retiring this year after 20 years. Unfortunately, it's a little sooner than he anticipated because of a disagreement that we had as we went through the grievance process with the district. So I just want to thank him. And many students, future students, are going to miss his expertise in the culinary area. And that is my report tonight. And I thank you very much.
Thank you. Item 4.6, AFT Bargaining President Report. Robert Remetta.
Good evening, President Chico, Superintendent Munoz, esteemed board members, even those a few that are flaking in Canada. We'll go with that, and I hope all the rest that are working hard elsewhere, that's where I'm assuming the trustees are. It's good for you actually to make the effort to come in and zoom into the show. That's technology we never had in the past, so this is a wonderful thing as far as I'm concerned. I want to start off with something that came up in the Personnel Commission on Monday. Assembly Bill 1699, which is a Democratic bill that's sponsored by one of my unions, CFT. This is a bill to help part-time employees retain work and give them first-time rights. The union is strongly in favor of this since we sponsored it. I was asked to say that, you know, they gave me actually 3 or 4 pages, so I'll save you the grief, you can look it up. But realistically, it's a Democratic bill that supports part-time employees and gives them rights. And as we know, it's a difficult time. Hire employees is a difficult time, and the highlight of that is this bill is aimed to help our employees maybe even eventually get benefits. So that's the idea behind the bill. So I do appreciate it if the district, or at least the trustees, take the point of view, and Mr. Kellogg and the Personnel Commission clearly said that it's the trustees' point of view to do any supporting, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. So I just want to let you know that's AFT's personal opinion at the college. And I also want to just touch briefly, this is real delicate. I've been working for 4 years to wrap up this reclass, really hard. And because of just recent things with Dr. Munoz and his team, been pushing this through, and I truly appreciate that. I do have some questions, but I'm gonna just breeze over them so they can come back to the Personnel Commission. I haven't seen any of the data for the benchmarks. I'm assuming that'll come later when they see the data. There's some inconsistencies that we want to have some way, I'm just letting people know, to bring their inconsistencies that they saw that was printed to the Personnel Commission. So just be aware that it's nothing against us not trying to wrap this up, but at the same time, people have concerns and they want to be able to bring it back to the Personnel Commission. And I've told everyone the place is the Personnel Commission for that particular information to get out and in. So anyway, thank you so much. It's summertime. I won't hold you any longer. I wish you a happy summer, and thank you all for coming in today. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 4.7, Chi Bargaining President Report, Crystal Mejia. And I don't see her here, so we will move on to item 5.1, Superintendent President Report, Dr. Munoz.
Thank you. Good evening, Board of Trustees and esteemed colleagues of the Long Beach City College Community College District. Here's my report for the month of July. I would like to start with this amazing fall semester promotional video featuring our LBCC students and employees. Cue the video, Dario.
You belong at Long Beach City College, where you can be anything you want to be.
Be an artist.
Be a healer. Be a gamer.
Be
a champion.
Sé un padre.
Be successful.
Belong at Long Beach City College.
This commercial is playing in movie theaters, our cable stations, and on our social media channels. The public affairs and marketing team will be pushing out additional materials across multiple platforms over the next few weeks. So we're really hoping that this Belong at Long Beach City College campaign will really inspire students to enroll at Long Beach City College. We receive tons of good feedback. I often get text messages from folks who take their kids to movie theaters to say, hey, we just saw Long Beach City College on the movie screen. So a great job to our public affairs and marketing team. So big shout out to Carl, Stacy, Jerome, Brad, and the amazing team. They did a great job. We had an incredible Pride Month full of activities. The month started with the kickoff that offered free gender-affirming haircuts to our students and ended with Drag Bingo fundraiser benefiting the newly established Dr. Wendy Koenig Scholarship. Here's a video to highlight some of this year's Pride activities.
This is what we do at Long Beach City College. We support, we affirm, because we're in Long Beach and we can say gay all day. Gay, gay, gay.
I really appreciate all of our LGBTQIA+ students. And just know at Long Beach City College, we are here to ensure that you feel fully seen, supported, and validated. So thank you, everyone, and happy Pride Month.
Hardin Milk was fighting for educators, for staff members.
Our governmental system is designed to work for all, not just the few. To feel safe, to feel welcome, and to feel heard at Long Beach City College. Please join me in welcoming Superintendent President Dr. Mike Munoz.
At LBCC, we've been on a journey. It is really, I think, impressive to see how far we've come in such a short amount of time. It's important now more than ever that we speak up and we speak truth to life.
So a big thank you to the Pride Month Working Group for organizing so many wonderful events. And I have to just give Dr. Jerome Hunt a big shout out. I feel like you were emceeing and leading almost every Pride Month event. And just thank you so much for your heart and dedication. You really shined. A few weeks ago, LBCC hosted the 9th grade to baccalaureate intersegmental collaboration event. We had over 150 leaders, including our new chancellors, Dr. Sonia Christian, as well as the interim chancellor for the CSU system, as well as many K-12 educators. It was a really great day. I think really we came together among those attendees to really talk about how we can expand dual enrollment opportunities across the state, which is in alignment with Governor Newsom's roadmap for college and student success. So again, a big thank you to Dr. Sonia De La Torre and her amazing team for organizing such a wonderful event in conjunction with the Chancellor's Office. During Chancellor Christian's visit to LBCC, I managed to give her a quick tour of our Viking Clubhouse Summer Program. There are nearly 150 children registered for this free program this month. Meals are provided along with both academic and physical activities. And I have to say, my office, is upstairs. And it's really cool that my window faces the Viking Kids Club. So I get to see about 100 students out on the lawn every day, exercising, having fun, and it really is the highlight of my day. Our LBUSD partners have provided additional supports with new youth furniture and educational toys, and our Boys and Girls Club of Long Beach partners have been providing our child development students with hands-on work experience. I was proud to show Chancellor Christian how our college has developed this synergistic and innovative program that helps our students. Many of our students and staff are taking advantage of this innovative program, so kudos to Dr. Tracy Carmichael and the Boys and Girls Club of Long Beach. And Finally, the USC Race and Equity Center announced in June that LBCC was one of 15 recipients nationwide to receive this new and innovative grant. We will receive $75,000 over the next 2 years for the Male Success Initiative program, which supports men of color at Long Beach City College. Out of 152 competitive applications representing 31 different states, we were selected as an exemplar because it was compelling, exemplified a rigorous use of evidence, and thoughtfully presented a systems-focused and innovative approach to improving racial equity for men of color on our campus. Great job again to Dr. De La Torre and Dr. Eric Becerra. And this concludes my report. Go LBCC.
Wow, that was full and exciting. A lot of great things happening. Thank you, Dr. Munoz. Now we're going to go to item 7.1, Board of Trustees. And so do we have any reports from our Board of Trustees? Why is that here? It shouldn't be there. Okay, sorry, you know what, I just realized that that is out of order. Shouldn't be at 7.1. So we're going to go to our consent agenda, but before we go to our consent agenda, any item may be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately if a member of the Board of Trustees so requests. We're pulling consent agenda item 8.10 for a separate vote. So 8.2 will be the approval of the consent calendar minus, so the action is motion to approve all consent items except item 8.10, which we will get to, ratification of contracts under $200,000, which was pulled from the consent agendas. Is there?
So moved.
Great. Second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Virginia Baxter.
Aye.
Herlinda Chico.
Aye.
Vivian Malauulu.
Aye.
Uduak Joe Intuck.
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Thank you. And so now I'm going to try to find item point. Now we're going to move to item point 10, ratification of contracts equal to and under $200,000. We're amending the motion to ratify contracts listed equal to and under $200,000, except contract number 50102.3. Contract number 50102.3 will come back at a future meeting for ratification. Is there a motion for this? Is there a second?
Second. And just to clarify, it's all the contract except for one? is being-
Yes.
Right, okay.
Except for 8 point, yes, yes. Any discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to understand why we're pulling the item.
So this particular item will be going before was initially scheduled to go before the city council, I believe this past Tuesday. Unfortunately, it didn't meet their agenda timeline, so therefore we have to push it back. So once city council takes action, then we'll be able to bring this back to you at the next month, hopefully.
When is the anticipated city council action?
It's on the agenda for the next city council meeting, which is next week.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Zia. Can we get a roll call vote, please? Sorry.
Virginia Baxter.
Aye.
Herlinda Chico.
Aye.
Vivian Malauulu.
Aye.
Uduak Joe Intuck.
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Great. So then we will move to 9.1, employment contracts. The recommended action is that the Board of Trustees approve the employment contracts as submitted. The following employment contracts provide employees with a term of employment, an annual salary along with health and welfare benefits, and life insurance. Alex Long, Interim Director, Title V and First Year Experience Programs, term 7/24/23 to 7/24/24. Salary $112,155 annually. Is there a motion?
Move approval.
Sorry, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
President Chico, I'm sorry, I could not understand the name of the employee.
I'm sorry, it's Alex Long. So Luong.
And the first name is?
Alex.
Oh, Alex.
Alex. Is there anything else, Dr. Baxter?
No, I
Okay.
just, I wish I knew who the person was.
Oh, yeah, no problem, no problem. And can we get a roll call vote, please? Thank you.
Virginia Baxter,
Aye.
Herlinda Chico,
Aye.
Vivian Malauulu,
Aye.
Uduak Joe Entuck,
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll now move on to item 9.3, management salary schedule effective July 1st, 2023. I know I'm starting to sound really bad. I don't feel terrible. I really don't. I know that I'm sounding really bad though, so I apologize. The recommended action is that the Board of Trustees approve the management salary schedule as submitted. The management salary schedule includes an 8.22% increase. The implementation date will be July 1st, 2023. Is there a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Virginia Baxter,
Aye.
Herlinda Chico,
Aye.
Vivian Malauulu,
Aye.
Uduak Joe Entuck,
Aye.
Sunny Zia.
Aye.
Thank you. Item passes. Item 9.4, new and/or revised board policies and administrative procedures. Chapter 3, General Institution, Board Policy 3050, first reading, and Administrative Procedure 3050, informational. This is a first reading, BP 3050, Institutional Code of Ethics. This revised first reading replaces BP 3008, AP 350, Institutional Code of Ethics. Revised informational replaces AR 3008. And I don't see. Okay, and we're going to move on to, I'm sorry, item 10.1. There's no items there. Academic affairs, 11.1, new and/or revised board policy and administrative procedure, Chapter 4, academic affairs. Oh, no, that's okay. Is that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys are both, okay, that's okay. I don't know what's happening here. Okay. 11.1 is new and/or revised board policy and administrative procedure, Chapter 4, academic affairs, board policy 4XXX, second reading. Is it XXX? And administrative procedure 4XXX, informational. This is an action item. The recommended action is that the Board of Trustees approve and adopt the revised board policy, Chapter 4, academic affairs, board policy 4XXX, second reading.
Move approval?
Second.
Great. Any discussion?
I do.
Yes.
I spoke to former student trustee Hernandez and myself, introduced this item back in the fall semester, and he brought to my attention one of our original intent was to have a report back to the Board of Trustees, which is not included in the draft in this version of the board policy or the administrative procedure. And I'd like to make an amendment to the board policy, and then we can update the administrative procedure in the future, which does not come to the board for a vote. But the amendment would be to add at the end of the draft board policy an annual report back to the Board of Trustees on the utilization of OER resources on campus, including cost savings to students, environmental benefits, and other relevant metrics, as a one-sentence amendment to the end of the BP4 XXX draft board policy.
I concur with that, President Chico.
Thank you.
Point of clarification, President Chico. Can we do, what's the legal implications, or can we do this at the second reading? Or is there a different path that we need to take? Perhaps our council can opine as far as an amendment goes. Can we do this right now because it's the second reading? We've had the first reading, and do we need to make any modifications or?
Council Ewing?
Thank you, Trustee Zia, President Chico. So this would be an amendment to that you all could take action on in the second reading, and you can bring the item back as amended to make the change that if you agree upon it today. So if you all take action today on that amendment, then you would bring it back.
So it would be a third reading?
Effectively, yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is the first time in my tenure of almost 9.5 years that I've seen, or 9+ years. But I would support it. I just wanted to know the mechanics, so thank you for
certainly
illuminating the details.
Thank you. And now we'll need a roll call vote.
Virginia Baxter?
Aye.
Herlinda Chico?
Aye.
Vivian Malauulu?
Aye.
Uduak Joe Intuk?
Aye.
Sunny Zia?
Aye.
Item passes, thank you.
And point of clarification, the vote was on the amendment, and so then it'll come back
Yeah.
for a future meeting for the final second reading. It'll be a third reading, or you call it second reading, final reading. But that was what the vote was on, just to clarify.
Thank you. Item 12.1, there are no items. Student Services, 13.1, there are no items. Reports, Board of Trustees. Do our Board of Trustees have any reports?
I've got mine.
Okay. Dr. Baxter?
All right, and it should be a brief. Greetings from Croatia, where I am here on business. And because the board calendar was changed, trust me, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'd much rather be where you all are right now. Unfortunately, we have 5 deaths that have happened between the last board meeting and tonight. The first, Ben mentioned Mark Miller, who was very involved in the wellness program, and very sad, a very physically fit person, and kind of shocking that he is lost to us. The second is Tom Lyon, who was the Dean of Counseling for at least 20 years. He died at 93, so he had a good long life. I don't have any information on his services or anything like that. Next was just sent out this week, Bill Avery. Bill Avery taught cabinet making and construction, and he was very involved on the campus, married to Betty Avery, who just died a few months ago. So very, very tragic for the Avery family to lose both the mother and the father just within a matter of months. And then John McFadden. John was a part-time coach, track and field coach. He coached the, I don't know if you call them the throwing sports, but shot put and javelin and discus. And last year, he was so pleased because one of the female athletes that he was coaching won the state championship in the shot put. And so his memorial will be in 2 weeks. And then lastly, a lady who I knew very, very well because she worked in the office across from mine, Maria Kasky. Maria was the matriculation secretary. She worked in all different areas of the college for at least 20 years. She's been retired for 8 years. And after her retirement, she moved back to her home in Peru. And so please recognize these people as we adjourn the meeting in their memory. And thank you very much, President Chico.
Thank you, Dr. Baxter. Vice President Malauulu, do you have a report? Oh, I see no report from Vice President Malauulu. Trustee Zia, do you have a report? No report from Trustee Zia. President Chico stepped away. Trustee Ntuk, I do have a quick report. I did participate in the dual enrollment symposium we had here with Chancellor Christian. It was a great event. Was asked to participate in the panel discussion. Talked about some of the great work we're doing here in Long Beach with Jordan High School, Cabrillo High School, Long Beach Unified. The new effort, or part of the Chancellor's new vision, is getting high school students in the 9th grade, as early as the 9th grade, to dual enroll and take college courses. This is a new push, which is great for reducing student debt, helping students get units while they're in high school before they go to college, helping break down some of the stigmatization that students who don't think they can go to college or not college ready, or it's for someone else. But also it's limiting those financial barriers. If high school students come to Long Beach City College or any community college, it's at no cost. We only charge the $40 health fee, but we talked broadly with the Board of Governors. Most of them were here from Sacramento. They do the broad policy, but we have some road bumps we hit that some students can't pay even the $40 health fee to take a course for free, or they have transportation issues that they can't come to college or to come to campus. And so some of the innovative things we've done to bring the classes on campus during the day, so they're able to enroll and get opportunities to get 3-unit courses. So really a great discussion, a lot of new energy, new leadership. Did talk with the governing board about doing report outs. We have our board meetings, and we were sharing that, I was sharing with them that we do an email blast to the campus afterwards of, these were the contracts that happened, these were the resolutions. It's just a way for folks who are not able to attend meetings to have a communication about what's happening. They thought that was a good idea. They may start doing that to all the community college trustees or boards around the state to share that there's another governing board out there doing things. So it was very nice opportunity to connect with educators across the state and highlight, again, what we're doing at Long Beach City College. I want to thank Dr. Hunt and Suman Mundanari for stepping in at the last minute as our academic senate, outgoing incoming president, and led a panel discussion with the statewide academic senate. They were supposed to be here, but I think they didn't make it, but still talking about collaboration and the great work, again, happening here at Long Beach City College. So just wanted to share that, and hopefully everyone's having a great summer. Look forward to the fall semester, and I'm glad folks are logging on virtually. I know we're working hard, both folks here and then those who are abroad or across the country, that it's good that we do have technology. All right, we have a few more items that close out item 14.1, Board of Trustee reports. Item 14.2, Board of Trustee committee reports. I don't believe we have any committee reports in the last 30 days. So we'll move on to item 15. This is public comments on non-agenda items. We do have one comment card that was submitted. This is LaQuisha Bryant, has an item, 3 minutes. Please come to the podium and for non-agendized public comment.
Good evening, Board of Trustees. I know that I have 3 minutes, and I know that you allowed 20 minutes during this time, and if I do go over, I ask that you please allow me to finish reading, if it's okay. My name is LaQuisha Bryant. I am a student here at Long Beach City College, and I am here today to share my thoughts and experiences regarding the Basic Needs Program here at LBCC. On your website, the purpose and goal of this program is to address hunger and housing insecurity among students and to make sure that every LBCC student's basic needs are taken care of so that us students can focus on achieving our academic and career goals without worrying about how we will access food and a safe place to sleep. Your website says, and I quote, "It is our responsibility to help connect you with resources, and it is your responsibility to let us know when you need the support. You may email us at any time at basicneeds@lbcc.edu. On May 8th, I received an email from Jesse Moroccan informing me that I am eligible to participate in a new program called CASA, Community Advancing Student Achievement. On May 9th, I attended the orientation. On May 19th, I emailed basicneeds@lbcc.edu to ask who would be best to assist me with my concerns regarding enrollment for summer and applying for the Meals and Rental Assistance program. I did not receive a response. I followed up via email on May 23rd, and after no response, I emailed again on May 25th at approximately 3:17 p.m. asking, is the Basic Needs email at basicneeds@lbcc.edu the correct email to submit questions for assistance? I included that I had emailed twice over the past 2 weeks with no response. I included my need for help regarding summer enrollment in housing and food assistance. On May 25th at 4:16, I finally received a response from Jesse Moroccan. The response included various links, attachments, and criteria to apply for rental assistance. He asked for my student ID number to refer me to CalFresh and provided me the phone number to admissions and records. I followed the directions laid out in the email. I submitted the required Google form. I provided my management company with the 2 required forms to be signed. I submitted them on June 20th, 2023 at 7:28 a.m., 10 days prior to my rent's due date as outlined in the instructions. On June 22nd, approximately 10:30 a.m., I had not received a response to my submission of my application, so I called the Viking Vault. I spoke with a woman named Chanel. She took my name, phone number, student ID number, email address, and reason for my call. She informed me that the person who would be able to assist me was currently in a meeting and would call me back. But I didn't hear anything back by the end of the day. I called back on the next day. I left a message in the general mailbox as well as a line for Danica Lohe, who's listed on your website. Around 9 a.m. on Monday, June 26, I called the Viking Vault. The same woman answered the phone and transferred me to Jesse. Jesse informed me that I needed to resend the documents to Justin's personal email. He also informed me that Justin was on vacation returning July 5th, but he was answering emails. I asked Jesse, if his return is on July 5th, would that impact my application for rental assistance for July? He informed me it would not because I was submitting the forms within the 10-day window. He informed me that as long as I met the requirements, a live check would be issued directly to my landlord. On June 26 at 9:20 a.m., I resubmitted those documents to Justin's personal email and I CC'd Jesse. I received an auto response directing me to Jesse with any questions or need for immediate assistance. I received no response from either Justin or Jesse, so I began calling on Wednesday, June 28th. No one answered the phone. On Thursday, June 29th, I received a phone call from a gentleman named George. He was returning one of my many phone calls. I explained to him the situation, and he told me he would ask some questions and get some answers and call me back. He called me back the same afternoon to tell me that there was no change in the information that I shared with him and that Jesse informed him that I would need to wait on the return of Justin. I learned that Justin was on vacation from June 16th to July 5th. I learned that his vacation was properly planned and approved, and there was no plan in place as to how the Viking Vault Basic Needs CASA program will continue to help students in crisis during this time. There was no responding to emails, reviewing applications, or answering phones. There were no students who were facing housing insecurity receiving assistance. Because I was not given the common courtesy to have my emails or phone calls responded to, I visited the Viking Vault this past Monday to speak with Justin in person. I was told he is unavailable to speak with you. He's in a meeting. I asked, well, who does he report to? Perhaps they can help me. I was told they were unaware of such a person. I proceeded to fill my bag of food in the Viking Vault. Then I was approached by a gentleman named Jesse, who asked to speak with me outside. We sat at a table, and I asked him for clarity as to how the program works, specifically the application process and the rendering of requested services. He began to tell me that the food program had not received any vouchers, but in the future, students would receive $50 gift cards to different merchants. This was a little off-putting to me, as that was not the topic of my numerous emails or my current concern. I pretty much felt as though he had no idea who I was or had even bothered to look at the many emails I had sent. Shortly after Justin joined us, he told me that he received my application and everything was correct, but it was past the time he could approve a check for my July rent, and that I would need to wait until July 20th to apply for assistance for the month of August. In closing, the LBCC Basic Needs Program and the CASA grant have failed to uphold its mission and goals to provide basic needs support to students who have informed them of their needs. I am sincerely disappointed in the management of this department and grant funding provided to assist students and families like mine. I did not receive very crucial support from this department, and it was not because I did not qualify. It was not because I missed the application deadline, and it was not because I did not inform the department of my needs. It was because one person was granted complete and sole authority over this program and expenditures, and he was on a 12-day business day vacation. As an institution of higher education, I find it highly disappointing that such policies and procedures to avoid this type of oversight are not in place. I would like to formally request that this board evaluate the practices and execution of the Basic Needs Program and exactly how many other students, such as myself, have experienced this same treatment. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bryant. Jesse and Justin's direct supervisor here tonight, Dr. Corral, and myself and Dr. Munoz are here and available to speak with you as soon as the meeting adjourns in a few minutes. So thank you for coming tonight and sharing your public comment. Moving to item 16, we don't have a second closed session. We finished that in our previous closed session. We'll be adjourning tonight, item 17.1. The next meeting of the Board of Trustees will be a special board retreat held on August 9th and August 10th, 2023 in the evening. The next regular meeting of the Board of Trustees will be held on August 23rd, 2023. Closed session will be at 4:30, open session at 5:30. And give me one moment. We will be adjourning in memory of the 5 names: Marvin Miller, Tom Lyon, Bill Avery, John McFadden, and Maria Caskey. If we can all please take a moment of silence in memory of their life and contribution to the student and our campus here at Long Beach City College. Thank you, everyone. This adjourns our meeting this evening at 6:30.